afternoon, everyone. I'm your host, Nalini Nayyar, and with me is my co-host,
Jose.
So today on the show, we have our special guest, Ambassador of Seychelles, Mr. T. Selby Pillay. It's such an honor to have you, sir. We welcome you, sir. As we know that Seychelles is a beautiful nation and it's known for its tourist destination. Please tell us something more about your country.
Good afternoon. It's my pleasure to be here in this group, PCTE Group of Institutions. It's a great honor and pleasure for me to visit here. And thank you for hosting me this afternoon.
It's such an honor.
So my country is in the Indian Ocean, Seychelles, Republic of Seychelles. We became independent in June 1976. And our country depends mostly on tourism as a source of foreign income. And also we have industrial tuna fishing, where we have a big tuna canning factory in Seychelles. So as a tourist country, it is extremely important that we in the Seychelles, we preserve the environment, because this is what the tourists come to do in Seychelles. They come to enjoy the beauty, as you said, and the beaches, the sea, the clean air environment. So it is, the onus is on every citizen of Seychelles to ensure that we preserve the beauty for not only now, but for posterity, meaning for future generation.
Like, sir, you said that it's more based on tourism and each and everything. So, like, how COVID affected the tourism industry there?
COVID last year, and even now still to a certain extent, affected Seychelles, like all the countries in the world, a lot. We had to, as you rightly said, we depend on tourism. So we had to close our international borders to international tourists. And because we depend so much on tourists to get our foreign income, so less tourists were coming, and at one point, no tourists were coming. So it affected in general our economy. But now we have picked up. We have gradually reopened the international borders since March 2021, this year, and it's picking up slowly.
Seychelles has the second highest human development index after Mauritius, and it has also achieved its Millennium Development Goals as prescribed by the UN. So, what was the strategy which was implemented to achieve such goals, which is prescribed by the UN?
Yeah, I think even before the SDGs were started at the UN, the government which came into power since 1976 after independence,
Yes.
until last year, so about 40 years, the government that was there, they had a strategy in place for human development. For example, in Seychelles, we have, since after independence in 1976, the government provides free education for everybody until up to university level. But of course, at some stage, it's very competitive, but it's free. We also have free health. It's been a strategy which has been there since 1976, if I may say, again, to achieve these goals, even before the SDGs were announced by the UN. And in Seychelles, we put people at the forefront, meaning we believe that it is that people are assets for the future, and that we need to educate them in all aspects.
As you are in India during the third wave, what is your observation about our country?
In terms of the COVID, you mean? It is very challenging for it to provide vaccine to its whole population, but India has been so very helpful to the whole world by helping to provide medicine and even the vaccines, and even to Seychelles. We were amongst the first countries in the world to receive from India donations of Covishield vaccines, and for that we are very thankful. So allow me to, through you, once again, to thank India, you as Indians, for the generous donation of Covishield.
So how do you find, like, India as a nation?
It's a fascinating country. Really, whoever gave India that, that trademark, Incredible India, you are really incredible. just briefly to say that you have you are like 20, 50 countries in one country. I've traveled around the world, but I just need to come to India to see the whole world here.
So like what are the similarities in both the culture, like in Seychelles and in India?
Okay, in terms of the people, perhaps we about 250 years ago, there was nobody living in the Seychelles Islands. So the first people who came to Seychelles were French settlers. You might know that Pondicherry was part of the French heritage before.
Yes, sir.
So they took 5 Indians from Pondicherry, and then they took some people from Africa, African coast, the Frenchmen, and they settled in Seychelles. There were 28 people, the first settlers. 5 of them were from India. So that is the start of our relationship with India. And later on, more Indians came either through business or otherwise. They came to Seychelles and settled in Seychelles. And majority later on became British colony after being French colony. Later on, lots of people came from Tamil Nadu and Kerala. There are a lot of people, majority of people in Seychelles have an Indian heritage or Indian ancestry in it.
So we hope the relations between both the countries will go a long way.
I think the relationship between both countries will continue for many, many years ahead. India was one of the first countries to congratulate Seychelles after independence in 1976. And a few of your former prime ministers and even actual one have visited Seychelles. And likewise, our presidents have visited also India, many of our presidents before. We have extremely strong links culturally and historically with India, and this will continue.
So we got so much information from sir. Thank you so much for being on our show. It's such an honor to interview you. Thank you, sir.
I thank you too, and I wish you all the best in your studies
Thank
for
you,
your
sir, on
coming
behalf of-
exams,
on
and
behalf
all the
of
best to
PCTE
Malaysia.
family. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.